Here we will see arithmetic operators in JavaScript. The numbers in an arithmetic operations are called operands, and the operations to be performed between two operands is defined by an operator. Arithmetic operators are used to perform mathematical calculations on operands, which are fundamental in handling numbers and related computations. Typically, you can perform calculations on two numbers, which can either be literals, that is directly written values, or variables. Different operators are as follows. First is addition. This operator combines two values to return their sum. It is fundamental for tasks like calculating totals or incrementing values. General syntax is number 1 plus number 2 equal to addition. For example, here we have assigned values 2 to x and y, and we have stored 5 plus 2 in z. And when we print z or result, it will give the output 4 and 7 respectively. Next is subtraction. This operator gives the difference between two operands in the form of numerical values, which is widely used across financial calculations or measurements. General syntax is number 1 minus number 2 equal to subtraction. For example, here we have stored 2 to x and 1 to y, and when we assign x minus y to result and we print, it will give the output 1. Next is multiplication. This operator gives the product of operands where one operand is multiplicand and another is multiplier. General syntax is number 1 into number 2 equal to multiplication. For example, here we have assigned 2 to x and 1 to y, and when we print result with x into y, it will give the output 2. Next is division operator. This operator provides the quotient of its operands where the right operand is called divisor and the left operand is called dividend. General syntax is divisor divided by dividend equal to division. For example, here we assign value 5 to x and 2 to y, and we assign 4 divided by 2 to z, and we will calculate result as x divided by y, and when we print result and z, it will give the output 2.5 and 2 respectively. Next is modulus operator. The modulus operator returns the remainder when a dividend is divided by a divisor. This operator is also known as remainder operator. It takes the sign of dividend. General syntax is number 1 mod number 2 will return the modulus of the number. For example, if we assign 9 mod 5 to x, minus 12 mod 5 to y, and 1 mod minus 2 to z, and when we print it with x, it will give the output 4, with y it will give the output minus 2, and with z it will give the output 1. Next is exponential operator. The exponential operator gives the result of rising first operand to the power of the second operand. The exponential operator is right associative. General syntax is number 1 exponent number 2 will give the exponential of the number 1. For example, here we have assigned x equal to 4 exponent 2 and y equal to 3 exponent 2.5, and when we print x and y, it will give the output 16 and 15.58. Next is increment operator. The increment operator increments its operand and returns a value. If postfix is used with the operator after the operand, then it increments and returns the value before incrementing. And if we used prefix with the operator before the operand, then it increments and returns the value after incrementing. For example, if we assigned a equal to 2, and if we give b equal to a plus plus, and when we print a and b, it will give the output of a as 3 and output of b as 2. Since after assigning the value, we are incrementing a. And if we assigned x equal to 5, and if we give y equal to plus plus x, and when we print x and y, it will give the output 6. That is, after incrementing x, it will assign the value to y. Next is decrement operator. The decrement operator decrements its operand and returns a value. If postfix is used with operator after operand, then it decrements and then returns the value before decrementing. And if we use prefix with the operator before the operand, then it decrements and returns the value after decrementing. For example, here we have assigned 2 to a, and if we give b equal to minus minus a, it will give the output 1 for a and 1 for b. And if we assign 3 to x, and if we give y equal to x minus minus, it will give the output 2 for x and 3 for y. Next is unary negation. This operator operates on a single operand. It gives the negation of an operand. For example, here we assigned 3 to a, and we'll assign minus a to b. And if we give x equal to 3 in string, and if we give minus x to y, and when we print a, b, x, y, with a it will give the output 3 and with b it will give output minus 3. With x it will give output 3 as a string and with y it will give the output minus 3. That is, unary negation operator can convert non-numbers to a number. Next is unary plus. This is the way to convert a non-number into a number. Although unary negation also converts non-numbers, unary plus is the fastest and preferred way of converting something into a number because it does not perform any other operations on the number. For example, if we assign plus 4 to a and we assign string 2 with plus sign to b, then plus true to c and plus false to x, and when we print a it will give the output 4. When we print b it will give the output 2. When we print c it will give the output 1 and when we print x it will give the output 0.